What's up, guys? Bonesy here, and we just got the title update with the Crate Dragon Hunt in it. Along with it came a lot of controversy and just craziness. One of them being huge crashes for long amounts of time, which, in my opinion, I've been here for 7 years, is maybe the biggest crash of all time when it comes to this game. And then also EA itself was having problems. But besides that, I'll talk about that here in a second. But I don't think some of you guys realize how much raids have been now nerfed as far as rewards come. I'm very upset about that. I don't know exactly what's going on with rewards, so maybe you guys can help me down below or whatever. I'm not saying I'm an expert or I know exactly what's going on, but from what I'm reading, I'm pretty irritated by it. And also, this whole Boosh Leia 10 Omicron ordeal has kind of got me scratching my head as well. So, real quick, let's just talk about the crashes. It's just been, I was at work the whole night, so it didn't really affect me, but my God, it affected a lot of people. Payouts, people are trying to climb to get their payouts for ships, grand arenas. Everyone has a different schedule going on. So some people, it affected them majorly. Some people didn't get their grand arenas done. Some people didn't get their rote stuff done. So this is a huge deal because of how long it went out. And then they got it fixed last night after, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours probably of everyone being kicked out of the game. This morning, the EA servers were having problems. And so, yeah, just lots of craziness. All I really want to say about that, and the only point I want to make is, the compensation better it better be good. People missed out on the new raid. I mean, they didn't miss out, but they didn't get to go in and play it. They just missed out on a lot of resources, a lot of crystals, and so they matter, especially with it being May the 4th, and people not being able to log in and do their things for a while. And this being a Star Wars game, the rewards better be really, really good. And much better than what your rewards were for the anniversary. I put a lot of time and blood, sweat, and tears in this game over 7 years. And what you gave me for the 7th year anniversary, or, not really, it's Star Wars, but still, in my eyes, it's kind of the 7th anniversary of this game, were pretty terrible. There's a couple things, but I'm like 500k gold, a bunch of 5 shards for a bunch of characters. It was just kind of very underwhelming. That's really all I had to say about that, but, I think people should raise hell about it if the compensation isn't good enough, because it's bullshit. And also, this goes into what I'm about to talk about now with the raid economy here. We can talk about they're doing their most to sugarcoat huge nerfs. The gear economy change that they did, they told you, oh, we're making gear easier to get, which they did to a little certain extent, but underneath all that, they nerfed how much gear goes into converts into relic materials. That's huge. That's making it harder for you to progress in the game overall. That's huge, and I'm very upset about that still to this day. Well, this is another instance of that, where this raid is sugarcoating a gigantic nerf to your gear income. So they pretty much changed this gear economy and are now taking most of the gear income that you get every week or even every day. And I'm not a mathematician, but they're cutting it down by 90%. So let's go through here and see what they say about it. And then I'm going to tell you what they're really saying. So the first thing they say is, a new raid economy will be accompanying the new raid and revamped raid feature. In short, this change allows you to decide which rewards you want with the currency you earn. Okay, this change allows you to decide. They're telling you, guess what? You get to decide now what you earn. Okay? This is the problem with that. Even if I was getting hundreds of blue and purple gear that I didn't need or at the time, eventually you're going to need that. You're going to need that to convert into relic materials and this and that. But now it's all being taken away. So I'm telling you guys, that's like a 90% nerf. All that extra stuff you're getting is now taken away, and all they're doing is giving you currency. That's it. And then they're capping the currency you can hold on to so that you have to also buy it. And you're just honing on a few pieces of gear now. Whereas before, you were getting the gear that you're focusing on, as well as a plethora of stuff around you, and you were getting guild currency. And I'm seeing people mention that, and then like in the comments, people are like, oh, just shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. Just play the game. We'll be fine. Yeah, that is true. But what they're also saying is true. Like, we got a huge nerf, you guys, and I don't think people were noticing it. As soon as I read this, I was like, they're taking away everything. They're also taking away the amount of times you can do a raid. Also, you have to fight your hardest to even get some of the basic rewards in a raid, no matter what one you're running. You have to personally go through it and try to reach this plateau, which they're making really tough for you. I haven't played the old raids. We're only doing the new one in my guild, so I can't speak for that. But if your teams aren't good enough, you're also losing out on rewards too. So I will say that I enjoy the gameplay of the new raid. I do like the idea of them kind of forcing you to upgrade your teams to get better personal scores, to get more rewards. I do like that, but in the end, for 7 years, we've been getting all this good stuff, and they're taking it all away from us, guys. They're taking all that from you. This is oh, we're doing this for you. You get to choose. And then, shining it up and pushing this behind the doors, they're kind of going this way and saying, thank you very much. Guys, this game doesn't have that much longer. Yes, we're getting new shows and movies through Disney and Star Wars, but that's still a rocky thing on the side. We don't know what's really going on, what we're going to get. They can only dwell on that stuff for so long. This is their way of pushing this game longer, keeping you from progressing even more and more. This update was terrible. It's one of the worst updates I've ever seen in my life, besides maybe the big nerf of 2020 or whatever it was. Guys, a lot of your gear is going to be gone. And you have to try 10 times as harder just to get the basic stuff in the raids. And then you also have to count on your guild to get some other, stuff. They're not giving you more. They're taking him. And this really pisses me off, and enough people aren't talking about it. But yeah, just look, out with the random rewards, in with the power of choice. I mean, this is so, it's insulting. It really is. For the team, this is an extremely important aspect of the game, and we want to make sure you all benefit from this updated system. I'm sure you do, but there's only one person that's benefiting from that. We've mentioned this in previous posts, but a major goal of the updates to raids and the rewards is to give players the ability to focus on what they need as opposed to relying on random drops. They keep saying that. They say it like 4 times in this thing, that you get what you need. And that's true. But you're losing out on all that passive income of all the other stuff that you will need eventually, mostly to turn into relic materials. You need that stuff. That's now gone. So while you're passively bringing that in, while you focus on your stuff like you did originally in the guild stores or just, from drops from the raids, now you're just focusing on this and everything around you is gone. That's a 90% nerf of your gear income. That it is. I'm not even smart. Ask any of the people that hang out with me on the stream. I'm not a smart person, and I realize that's what's going on. And right here they say the team will be monitoring the raid economy as you all interact with it and will make adjustments if deemed necessary. We look forward to hearing from you and your feedback on both the new raid and revamped raid economy. Now, we all know that's BS, right? We get that. But remember, they're saying they're listening to their feedback. So, spread the news to people that this isn't what you think it is. So let them know, since they're following so much feedback, this is bullshit. On top of that, it's not easy to get crates because it now relies on your personal activity in it and your guilds. They've put so many layers for you just to get the basic raid materials that you got just for hitting join before. Just remember that, guys. So that's it on that. I want to talk about the 10 Omicron materials that were rewarded to players that had the Boosh Leia Omicron already applied. Not to mention, also, we had missing gear pieces for Saw Gerrera. That was the first time I even have heard about missing gear pieces happening. So it was just a horrible day for CG. Okay, so last thing I want to talk about is right here, Bush Omicron. It says, with their exciting rework of the raid system, the impact of raid Omicrons also changes, which I'm not sure what that means. There's like only 1 or 2 of them in there. While raid Omicrons are still valuable to help your guild progress, this change could impact your decision to apply the Omicron to a particular character. To account for this change, players who already upgraded Bush's Omicron will receive a one-time grant of 10 Omicron materials. There are no adjustments being made, and it will continue to function as intended. What? Why? Like, that was something I was going to do anyways. But I'm getting punished because I didn't already put it on there? So you're rewarding people just for putting an Omicron on there. You released a raid and said, hey, since you already did it, here's 10 Omicrons. That's not fair. That's not fair to anyone. So you're just telling me if I just randomly upgrade some Omicrons that I might get rewarded for it down the road for no reason at all? Now let's say that it's the other way around and I'm misinterpreting it and they're refunding the Omicron, which isn't what they said. They said they're granting you 10 Omicrons. And also, if you guys have got these 10 Omicrons and you applied it, let me know, because I'm interested on why or what's the point of this. But let's say it's the other way around and they're refunding 10 Omicrons. Well, it costs 20 Omicrons. So if you took my Omicron away and then only gave me 10, I would also be pissed off. So nothing about this right here is right. I mean, please, someone in the comments explain to me why this happened, what was the point, and it just seems stupid. Okay, so that's about all I have to say about those things, but this is a very serious update. If you play this game, if you've played it for a long time, if you're seriously into it, which I am and a lot of us are. So really think about what they're doing and kind of just notice and look deep more into these huge content updates that they release, because every time they do, they're slowly screwing us more and more. And I love this game with all my heart, but if this stuff keeps happening like this, I am done. It's already hard enough free to play for me to get the resources that I have now. You've now made it to where it takes twice as much gear to make a relic material, and you're now taking all that income of gear that I've had before, taking it away, so I have even less gear to make relic material. And you just made it to where any new content, datacrons or anything, it's R5 minimum. It's getting bad, guys. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with this game has 2 or 3 more years to go. I've never said that. I've never predicted that when a lot of people have before. I say in 3 years this game is done. They release characters faster than there are that Disney's releasing them. I say this game is done. It'll keep going. But as far as like a functional, fun game, it's got 2 or 3 years left and it's done. That's all I have left in it. Here in 3 years is a long time. I do plan on being around then. In 3 years, I'm just going to quit. Because at that point, everything's probably has come out that I want to collect. And I could finally just be done with it. I'm not saying freak out, but notice that they're doing some shady shit. I love y'all. Hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Come by Twitch. This is where I film my YouTube videos. We just make little snippets and cut them out of the stream. But we're here 4 or 5 times a week. So come by and say hello. With that being said, I love y'all and have a good one. Peace.